Yo, 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 yo. Can I have Twitch link? What's going on, gamers? How does this look? Hopefully good. Works for me, baby. Surprise! Surprise! Mic check. Mic check. Is this thing on? Is the stream working? I had to clear out about 3 months worth of dust to like actually get this stream up and going. Alright, no spoilers. Mods. Tilt this a little. Good, good, good. Do 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 do. Good morning, gamers. Good afternoon, gamers. Good night to my EU folks. Good morning to my was it GTM? GCM plus 3? GTM plus 3? GMT plus 3? There you go. Today we're going to be looking at the PRX versus Fnatic game that happened yesterday. We're going to be watching one of the matches. We're going to be analyzing it. It's going to be a fun little stream. May or may not be for YouTube, Smile. So, let me just get everything set up. So we can be all gas, no brakes. Do, 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 do. We're going to cover some interesting stuff, like how Sunset's played, some of the stuff they did well, some of the stuff they may not have done so well. Going to be trying to analyze an entire game. What's up, good game? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. And let me grab this. We'll just get going. I want to get this all set and go. Welcome everyone to the stream. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope the vibes are good. There's a match we're gonna be watching. Give me 1 sec, and then we'll be going. I'll do the whole shebang. Ooh, it tastes bittersweet. Okay, I gotta stop the music before I get a copywritten. People say that. People say copywritten or before I get a copyright. Alright, we're just gonna go in raw and dry. You guys like that? Forget I asked. Put on my Ardens. Thanks for the follow. Alright, boys. Sweet, simple, straightforward. This grand finals might be the craziest one yet. Today we're watching PRX versus Fnatic. Two of the most dominant teams in Valorant right now. Fnatic, known for the wildest comeback in VCT history when they were down 11-3 on Icebox in 2023 and ended up winning the grand finals. Ended up coming back and winning the grand finals. Now they're down against PRX 2-1 in another nail biter. So the question here is, can they do it again? Can they repeat? Can they repeat history? And you guys loved. Let me pull up this video. You guys loved this video. Boom. Bam. Plop. Where is it? You guys loved when I VOD reviewed the #1 Radiant and broke down what actually works at the top. So we're going to run it back today. Going to be diving into what went wrong, what went right, and the key takeaways. And the key takeaways you can use in your own ranked games. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Simple as.
Even though they've been in 2 of them, this is their 3rd. They won map 1, they're now up 2-1.
So this is the pistol round. PRX is on defense. Fnatic's on attack. Fnatic go for a aggressive A hit, and actually not an aggressive A hit. They fight for A main, and then PRX fight for C main. This, if you don't know, this is textbook Sunset, where you aggro one main and get control so you can stack up or play retake on the other side. So they're going to get control of C. Let me get my pen. Their goal is to get control of this area, and then Fnatic's goal is to get control of this area. So they have 4 towards C. We have 4 over here, 1 here. And this one player's goal is just to anchor this site. He has a retake TP. So he takes aggression here and just plays retake over towards A. And then they come over and rotate. Or if they go C, they have 4 players they're running into. They have nothing for B. So
2 opportunities to close here on map 4 and a map 5.
Something gets a disgusting shot through the wall with very limited intel. Might be a counter strat. Might be a counter strat with that Viper wall. But that's like a huge pick to start the round. And this causes Fnatic to scramble. Any reason why this specific map to review? It's a very good map. And it ends in a very epic way. What's up, Sharky? How we doing? But this is an insane start to this round. Early first blood. PRX gets all of C control. You see them all pushed up now. And it denies them A control. So like right now, PRX are at a massive advantage, not just in terms of numbers, because we got this kill, but also because of the space we acquired as well.
Straight through, what a prediction, and Chronicle's head is gone.
And so Fnatic decides to go up B.
A lot of C mount control, able to open this door at any time, put the squeeze on these
Boaster, who's over at A, ends up leaving C. These guys just straight contact into B. If you guys don't know what contact is, it's going with like no util. Just completely dry, no lube.
Play off either. Creeping and crawling forwards. Boaster's gonna get caught by this surely.
Yeah. And I don't know what happens here. I don't know why Boaster does this. So he decides to walk up C when we had 0 C intel. We already have B for free. And the only read I have is like, yeah, they could be playing door here, but I don't get why we walk up here and like take more aggressive space, because he just runs into the entire team.
Look at that, it's a prowler in your face, and
then chucks the flash. But like our teammates are deep in B. I'm not sure why we needed this like extra bit of space. And this just causes like even more scrambles. Right now it's 5v3, they have B, but they're looking for like a first blood before they even plant the bomb. So this is something I talk about with students quite a bit, but like you should not plant the bomb if you don't have like good intel, or the enemy could like be right outside your location, or if you just want to go aggressive to even the odds. So like right now, PRX is 5 versus Fnatic's 3. And so not planting the bomb allows them to get more space and potentially get 1 just to even the odds so they can plant in a 4v3 rather than a 5v3. It just makes the post plant more manageable.
Question is, what's the reaction? Making moves in a row.
So Alpha comes up here, gets an amazing one, but he does one thing. His turret goes down when he gets out of range here, and he takes him back. And what this means is when he goes back in the space, now they have nothing for flank. So I think this is a bit of a misplay, because Fnatic didn't keep this turret up. They now have to worry about flank again. And in general right now, we're like very separated, which is something that should be fixed like at this moment. We got the pick, it's 4v3, this is more winnable, we're getting bombed down.
The plank goes down and Kayak's thinking about...
And Alpha goes towards door, but Kayak's all the way up here, goes for 1, and it gets cut off. We should know there's this many people C, because when Boaster died here, he literally got ambushed by the entire team. Fade Dog, Omen Blind. I think he might have got killed by someone else too. We should just know it's a heavy stack towards C. And like this Killjoy turret being down opens up this lane again. If this Killjoy turret wasn't down, literally the only place all these players could be was here. So this is like a bit too aggressive by Kayak. And also just like, I don't know, we're so far away from like actually opening. So this is like the first thing I've noticed from Fnatic is they don't play together. Like Crashies has full util here. We haven't really had the chance to use it or like positioned ourselves to use it. And like we also had Raise Nade available. So like maybe we could have Raise Nade a bomb. But like Alpha's all the way over here in door with the door closed. And he's all the way over here in a 2v3. Again, just very, very separated. But PRX are very good at playing together. They even consider this. They throw a boom bot here to not allow him to play inside the smoke and to allow him to safely cross. And they all take all these angles almost perfectly together. They're completely grouped up here. And Crashies makes no noise here, doesn't look around, but Forsaken still has the read that they could be behind. And also throws a perfect smoke for the spike. Perfect smoke for the spike. And this is kind of why Alpha's position here is kind of cheeks, because we knew they had a smoker live and we still played like a far post plant position. I would say it would have been better for Alpha to play up here and like bait for Crashies, or like they just fight together on these similar angles here. I think this is like what I'm noticing so far is like PRX just has a way better game plan, and Fnatic's just like not predicting or use the intel they have available, like the teams they have available, to actually get advantages with the position. Thanks for the follow, Zero. I feel like Ray should have pushed up right there to play with Fade in your C's. Yeah, exactly. Like they have teammates to play with, they have abilities to play around with, and we're kind of just like taking a solo fight. A lot of solo fights. Like Crashy swings out here alone. Alpha's forced down the open here because, I mean, let's be honest, like all smokers will smoke the bomb in higher elo. All smokers will smoke the bomb. So there's no point of like doing any sort of counterplay. So those were just like this was a very messy round from Fnatic watching this. And like, this was, I'm Fnatic pilled, okay? I love Boaster. He's my GOAT. But from seeing this was insane. Like, guys, we need to lock in.
Map over the line.
Completely insane.
Players stood up, standing, popping off. The anticipation.
There's that kill again from him. And there we can see it. Okay, looks like we only saw 2.
Will be such a fire to keep the engine roaring.
One enemy remaining.
For Fnatic, they've got a difficult situation here because you've also got to prove.
Bum, bum. So that was the very first round. This second round is really interesting too. So Fnatic's on their scuffed buy. They lost pistol, but they actually keep an outlaw here. Kind of cool. And then they're doing like a default buy. You'll see this a lot in pro play, where one person, usually the controller, because they're like last to entry, last to die, because smokes are really valuable. They buy like a pistol, or they keep a pistol from the previous round. So if one of their teammates dies, they can just grab that. So they can grab a primary because they don't have one, and it helps keep like the economy more stable and avoid like any crashes.
Alpha's gonna force up. He knows that he's the player.
And we're seeing the same exact thing, by the way, but it flipped. So now PRX is going. Let me make sure this just stays up. Now PRX is going A, and Fnatic's going C. So again, this is textbook Sunset. You get control of one area, and you sort of like play retake or stack another area.
Forsaken included in that list.
EST, thanks for the Ko-Fi shop sale. I don't know what we bought, but I hope you enjoy it.
Made his way over towards it, but they revealed the hand anyway. Shots fired and rattled.
Also good on these rounds when you're eco, just to farm orbs in general.
With the orb.
2 flashes
Again,
as well.
Fnatic's kind of doomed to lose this round. But you can see we're doing the same exact play with Yoru TP here again. So this is kind of PRX's playbook right now, is they stack other sites and then leave something to like heavy contest the space with a TP to get out, and then they play retake on the space.
Flashes to navigate.
Made
his way over towards it, but they revealed the hand anyway.
And then we advise wall for B.
To navigate as well. One over towards Mound, and Forsaken, of course, with his paranoia.
Just walking up.
And it looks like Fnatic's trying to like poke around and see if they find something in the open door, trying to see if there's any challenges.
It's not something we've seen Fnatic do a ton.
Did fire the shots off earlier, so
And it looks like they're looking for where the Vise wall is. I'm not sure if this is a counter strat
fades.
or what exactly this reason is, but you can see like Crashies gets very close inside this smoke, and so does Chronicle. And they're specifically looking for like the Vise outline on the ground and like trying to find it. I'm not sure if they're trying to bait out the wall or they have a read into like if Vise wall's B, or if Vise wall's C, then B's open, or if like the Vise wall's not here, then B's open. But we do see that they can't find the Vise wall and they just decide to go back towards B and not hit the site.
The rest of Fnatic were just exploring, looking for that Vice wall. Vice wall actually over towards B, and Alpha's going looking for it again.
Something. Rooted to the spot here, doesn't want to give up his space out towards A. Rubble to Haunt at his back.
Something does a really good job here. So there's like some fights on C, they're trading util, but Crash is just trying to really pressure C.
Doing a good
But
job.
Something does such a good job. He gets hit by Dog, he gets hit by C's. Crashies throws all his util at him and he doesn't budge whatsoever.
The jump spot.
So Something does a lot of contesting towards here. Right now we know that there's Fade and we know that there's Yoru. This is going to be really important for later on. So we know where these two players are and the rest are kind of question marks. They're making some noise C.
He's definitely going to be careful from that spot. Still crashes the jump spot.
And then they double jump to the wall. Jhin gets super aggressive here against the Outlaw and gets punished for it immediately. They get towards B. Something immediately reacts though, goes C and starts to fight through door, gets that trade on Alpha, so gets the Outlaw out. And then Boaster's stuck on site with Bomb. This is no bueno. And Fade is also starting to come behind him and he has his timing.
Something from the side and he needs to try and put a stop to this now.
Two players come through door. Amazing classic kills. Chronicle continues to peek with the classic, kills them all. And then he throws by peeking here for no good reason. He got 2 kills, he got a gun. We knew this Yoru was here. Remember chat? We knew this Yoru was here. Also in this time, look how many times this Yoru, look how many times Something looked behind them to check for this Fade. He checked there, he checked again. Poster did a very good move here too, where he realized he was screwed here with Spike. So I'm sure some of us were wondering, this guy's alone with Spike. And the Fade was like, oh, Yoru went through door. He's playing door right now. And they probably have a read where this guy's the anchor. So he just runs out A with his, he just runs A with his knife out. So there's that round. They get bombed down. They have a very nice 2v1. And then for some reason at this moment, Something just forgets about this Fade. Even though he checked and was like very cautious of the spot, he just like walks out. And then we get the kill. We win the eco. That's huge, right? And then for some reason we don't go site to like get Bulldog. And so we only get 1 gun back here, which kind of sucks. That would be like huge for our economy. There's like a Bulldog on site or the Outlaw in the corner, but probably the Bulldog or any of the guns there. So I like right now it seems like Fnatic's winning, but they're not winning with like big advantages, and they're not like, I wouldn't say like playing perfectly, but they're not playing like more so optimally. Like they're just making a lot of mistakes. It just seems like a very messy games. I would say there's a lot of nerves on this game as well. Bro, Andy, thanks for the follow. Puddles, appreciate you. Artizek, appreciate you. Thanks for the follows, boys. Something played alone with his TPS a lot. This game got him a lot of good timings, yeah. Very strong, like from what we've seen so far, very strong. Something's anchor TPs.
Pick it up.
So this round they're on a save. PRX tries to do like a bunch of stuff with shotguns. It doesn't really work out. They do a pretty good job of clearing, but Fnatic wins. There's nothing really interesting from that round. We start to see some more. This is round 4. We start to see some more strats coming out. So we get the Odin in play. This is really cool from Forsaken, this spam spot and how he spams this from this position.
These kind of classic things that Fnatic love.
So he spams that early A timing, the aggro A. They do C's nade left side. So like they completely contest A. And this is the first round they actually fight both in the same space. You can see they also do a C's nade here on the orb. Thank goodness they didn't go for orb grab here. And they decide to dip. Something again with an amazing position, especially with the Vise and her flash. So I would say at this point, the weakness is B. B is like the weakest site. Not only have we like walked in for free, but they just don't have a lot of util for here. And like protection for here. So like they fight A, they fight C, and it's just very nasty. But usually it's just Gene on B, and there's no one else in position.
And I think the more disrespectful.
And I think Fnatic noticed this because they start poking towards B.
Something here, very disrespectful.
And here's it, there's a scuff.
Tries to TP across, doesn't get it, has to TP out. But Vise uses her flash, continues to go aggressive, gets kayak.
Kayak his head.
And Gene again in like a really weird position. I think Gene was kind of throwing away his life here. So like in general, we're one away from ult on Raze. And it's like potentially it could be B. You kind of just want to play for here and like see if they're there. Or you want to jiggle. You don't want to give away your life when you're close to an ult, especially on a round like this where it's 50-50. Like both teams invested guns into this round. So just like very messy. It's just very messy. Like we lose the ult there. Our teammates aren't in position to trade us. And so this is a bit of a misplay by PRX. I gave Fnatic some chance, but still like 4v3.
Yeah, and you've also lost Alpha as well.
Crashy just chucks his dog here. Not really sure why, but he gets the orb. But like this dog could probably have been used later. They end up going towards A. They get A for free. And 4v3. Boaster tries to go a bit more aggressive.
30 seconds left.
But it was very clearly red. And one trend you're going to see a lot in these rounds is they try planting with very little time left. And a lot of times PRX is like right on them. Like everyone's right here while they're just getting bombed down.
This one and Forsaken with that near sight, the paranoia Odin in hand, putting the pressure.
And this is kind of like the position you never want to be in. And that's why it's so important when you like, whenever you hit a site that you clear all of site or as much as you can before you decide to plant. So like having the space is really important. And so I think Boaster's play here is a bit too ambitious. Like we didn't really need it. We needed site control. And maybe like save this smoke and like smoke up here and then we contest space this way. But because we like don't have anything for here, we actually lost the wall here too. We lost this Viper wall on the ground. It just turned into like these guys can just walk outside. There's only 2 of us here. It's 4v2 and they're all here. And we have very limited space. And that's just like very terrible position to be in. It's very hard to win this. Also amazing flash by Forsaken.
Putting the pressure and applying it.
And then he just caught, like the whole team's here at this point, completely unwinnable. But he almost Crashy's almost aced this garbage, dude.
Could have got it done.
The rookie on the
He almost got a spray transfer on the second guy.
Man, Crashy's nearly had a lineup there.
Almost, bro.
That round, super company.
This is the first round we see something tricky. So this is something cool that Fnatic did. Or not Fnatic, that PRX did. They switched Vise over to C. And they started playing a bit more aggressive towards B. Kind of forcing them towards A. And I think, well, we'll see what ends up happening, but I think this was a counter strat. And I'll explain to you guys why when it happens. But just keep in mind this Vise wall being here.
Swapped up the defense. Vice, fully set up on A.
Playing with fire there, something escapes of his life.
Both teams just poking around.
Only a Bulldog on light armor, and he's immediately back out onto Mound.
Again, something in a very upfront position, gathering intel for his team, but this time having his TP for here. Like this positioning with Yoru is so insane.
Weapon at hand is optimal.
And then I don't really know why, but like we stay here for like a very long time before committing. So like one thing though seems really weird, and like I'm curious what you guys think. But Fnatic just like burned time. They just burned a lot of time. I'm not sure if it was to counter the Yoru TP and like let that run out first, but a lot of times they just like burn time.
Around here, something though.
And like just hoping the other team makes a mistake. Very nice dog from their fade just to see if it's B hit because they have been quiet for a while.
Think that he has Mound info.
King drops down as a paranoia. They want to try and play for some kills.
We get scared a little. And look at Forsaken spams here. He spams the corner, spams the orb, spams the guy who's spamming him through the wall immediately. And he also has a lineup for the people standing on top of that little rock platform there. So this spam spot and all those different spots are insane. But here's where I think the counter strat came in. Raze pops ult, going fast, gets blocked by Vise ult. Very difficult, and then Forsaken immediately positioning Heaven in a spot that's almost impossible to kill with that Raze ult. He gets the kill, knifes out, goes to the left. This just seemed like an insane counter strat from them. This seemed like an insane counter strat to deny the Raze ult.
My God, man, Paper X.
We raise ult back, make him off, get him off site.
Love to do it all from that spot.
30 seconds left.
Completely
At this point, Fnatic has very little to work with. And just look at how close PRX fights together. This guy swings, two people swing immediately after.
doubled up with the face now and leaves it
They're
all
just tucked so tight.
shoulders. Gonna try and plant this one down.
Something little overcommits though.
That's a kill.
Tries to buy some space to the C's.
Main cleared up.
This round's intense, man. They're right there. Gets plant down.
Under that pressure.
And almost perfect double swing there on different elevations. It's just like crazy. PRX has very good like team chemistry, and they handhold very tight. Like a really good way I think about this is like PRX play together like they're kids on a field trip,
Doubled up with the face now
and then Fnatic is playing apart like divorced parents.
Gonna try and plant this one down. They claim towards it. That's a kill. Collected.
Please like and subscribe so I can pay for therapy.
Paper X, they play this together. Crashies. Under that pressure.
Another serves a forsaken to make, but it's one.
Bam. These rounds have been really interesting.
Much of a chance to use these ults either. The only one investigated was Kayaks, and responded with.
Now we have Vice Wall and B, and we're just playing like full retake B. So I honestly couldn't say, but like it just seems like B is the free site, and like poking around on B would be a really good choice. And recognizing like, I would say pushing into the Yoru TPs or pushing into wherever the aggro. Basically like whatever site they don't aggro is usually where something would be. At least that's what I would say from these first few rounds. So I would say like poking around B would be really good, or just using something to get rid of the Yoru, which is almost impossible to do. You can't force this guy to TP out. This something is way too smart for his TPs. Like you can't just flash him out because he'll just hide behind mound and he'll know the timing, or you can't really do anything here because of the Viper wall. So it's just like very difficult to deal with and very nasty, and he gets into these upfront positions to get really strong into really early. So like this is really crazy. Fortunately missed both shots here, but I mean they just get melted. Jhin gets a nasty 3, overheats for the 4th. Now I do have to call up PRX though. They don't grab that C orb. They kill these 4 players. There's a free orb there. Both of Eyes and Raze leave it. I guess trades are more important than an orb. And unfortunately, Jhin does not get the ace. Unfortunately, it's not. So this is like an insane start from PRX. Like they were just absolutely dominating this team. Fnatic calls a timeout. You know, it sounds like a good plan. About time. Let's see if they switch anything up here.
PRX are looking good here today. They're looking confident.
Aggro C, or sorry, aggro A, Vize is on C, Fade is on B. This is what I would consider like a very defaulty setup, usually on Sunset. It is the Sentinel on C, and then you have like the Intel agent towards B, and then usually the rest of the people just go towards A. That's usually how it goes. Specifically in like ranked though.
Bit of presence shown by Fnatic. That's out.
So both teams contest A. This Fade Dog spots on B. And we use a lot of smokes for this. We use a lot of smokes in this early position. Is that a one-way right there? There's no way we get a POV on that.
Looking down to take the fights to Fnatic.
What is this smoke right here, chat? You guys see this? What is this smoke? What? Is that a miss throw? Did we panic throw that? No way. But both teams kind of fake present A. Nice. This is why the B player is usually Intel. Just dogging B there is huge. Allows these rotates to come over a little bit. Very scary if that sees. K-Jack. Oh, I said K-Jack. I'm canceling.
Really nice movement though to get
very barely gets away from that though.
It's hyper proactive, but they've given up the space already.
Ultimate for information support.
And this is where all the ults start to come out. So at this point, we've seen very little ults, but we literally have all 5 ults on PRX and then 3 ults on Fnatic. So this is a really important round. Again, 50-50. Both teams invested a lot into this round, rifles v rifles. And so we got to lock in.
It's hyper proactive, but they've given up the space already.
Oh, that smoke is a boaster smoke to TP into. Oh, that's interesting.
Can't spot anyone just yet.
And this is something really cool PRX does. They do a Yoru ult into door open and to spam through smoke.
Players forsaken. He's opened the door and he's trying to step forwards. Deny them their chance. Bullets.
Very cool play. Wish it worked better.
Fnatic to try and get their way through. Kayak across the wall.
2 players walk in the C.
Stepping forwards, Alpha alongside it.
Divine might not realize that
We advise ult for retake. Fade ult for retake.
come through on either side.
It's a lockdown drop down by Alpha.
Also, I just realized I said all 5 ults. They only had 4.
I can save his for retake.
Comments will comments will call me out on that one.
Alpha pushing forwards, has to give up that space with a prowler in his face.
It's a good plan. Open for Mound, but Forsaken.
Kayak.
So again, I feel like Fanatics are just like very disconnected for what they want to do. So like Alpha and Kayak both want to fight aggressive here, off like the KJ ult in the space it gets them, but they separate doing it. So Alpha takes this fight alone towards B, and Alpha takes this fight, or Kayak takes this fight alone towards C. So they just take like 2 isolated fights that are kind of predictable, but they have like some chance of winning. And because of that, they can't really like commit to it. So he's forced to fall back, drop a molly, and then he throws this, and he can't really commit because he has nothing. Once he throws that nade and he gets pushed back by flash, he has nothing to really fight this space. So it's just like, we're too far up, we're too separated, and we're not taking stuff together. And then he takes this, and now look at Kayak's positioning versus his entire team. And this is why like maybe going water wasn't the best. It's because he's all the way up here, his team's all playing retake. So his team literally leaves him to die on site here. Literally just leaves him. And I mean, he gets Satchel out there maybe, but he's 1 HP off the Fade ult. Forsaken throws, dies on door. So the most important person in a post plant is the smokers. Because they lose the smoker, this post plant is literally impossible for Mound. It is so hard to win this without a smoke on the bomb. And even worse, Conoco has an Odin. So this is really, really hard to win without that smoker.
They're immaculate in the post plants. They know
So kind of both mistakes from both sides. This is the first time I've seen Fnatic like actually dominate a round once they got into this Mound position. First round it didn't seem like it was just swaying back in the PRX's favor the entire round.
perfectly, and the one round the paper when paper X no
Slight angle alarming
team.
Something pulls out the op.
Cannon up to pull out. No ults though for the defending team.
That was the ult round, but now we're back on there like a 50-50 round. Both teams invested.
Slight angle alarm bot placed. Spotted out.
And it is Alpha's job to try to put pressure, or at least get information over towards Mound. And
We spam the molly and bait him into a swing. Alpha
right into the op.
dominated. Also, this TP is crazy.
Into this
Was this an intentional TP or did this like barely?
for the defending team.
No, that TP looks intentional. That doesn't look like. That's insane. That's an insane TP to put there.
Spotted out.
And
Also, this Vise flash on B is really cool too.
get information over towards Mound, and
This Vise flash is in like the middle of sight. That is a very strange flash.
Swings into it. Something's handed a freebie. An easy one.
Toxin screen down.
Vise jump spot C. Nice dog on B.
aggressive these setups are.
And spots one.
Something getting posted on this angle. Forsaken
Crashes, walks up.
over towards Rubble as well. Fnatic have no space on the map.
Oh, and Paper X are eager.
Little off angle.
Every single inch. Pure proactivity.
And this is just insane, man.
Forsaken
Like, look at this map control. Fnatic literally has nothing. They're playing spawn barriers right now. What is going on?
alone holding
Insane.
up on B and C. A tight forward choke point.
And
Might be about a
Ooh.
minute's match, though. That's Util going forwards. And
nice little flash.
sidestep.
Gets hard spam there.
Was there sided vulnerable, though? He got a step forwards. Just
Nice TP out.
dodges. Double TPs to get the hell out of there.
Sure.
But Jing immediately reinforcing the position, tucks himself into a bit of a one and done. But if Jing does get one, Showstopper is online. Patman meeting Boaster.
Oh my, oh my.
Ooh.
Seconds left.
He's cracked the code, I think, perhaps, of that.
But look at the clock. Less than 30 seconds and 3 players defending A.
Pivoting back over towards B.
What's going on, Summer? What's up, B?
Things there with the operator in hand, has to dodge and juke and hide away here. There's a C.
What's up, Gremlin? Good to see you.
Showstopper against
Nice. Oh,
Jing!
10 seconds.
That's it.
He's a menace!
very huge ult from Jane there. The disgusting Rays player.
Defending
Code
Disgusting Rays player.
and hide away here.
clock. But if Jing does get one,
Anyways, I kind of locked out there.
Patman
I clocked out.
Oh my,
30
Boaster!
seconds left.
He's cracked the code. I
Boaster loves to lurk. This guy loves to lurk.
less than 30 seconds and 3 players defending A.
Pivoting back.
And again, like they just go B.
Walled off, something's there, but the operator in hand has to dodge and juke and hide away here. There's a seize, just keeping him locked into place. Showstopper against the back wall.
Just so nasty. And the vice wall is still active that entire time. Yeah, so this half, I want to look at their defense and also look at some, what's the words here? I want to look at the defense. I want to swap sides. I also want to make sure I have time for OT to look at the OT of this game. But like so far, I would say my main takeaway is PRX's defense is just like rock solid, and Fnatic's not doing a good job of like playing this wall to its advantage, where you can like actually get space in here and like send a lurker here, and like surprise an A hit potentially. Like it just seems like a lot of these rounds were just forced back, and B has been like very free and like nice to contest. And some things like positioning TPs are a very important read to have found here. And so like they're just getting really outplayed on this in these first few rounds, in these first 8 rounds. It's insane to see. So that's my main thought. I would think about changing this Viper wall, or making sure that our play revolves around this Viper wall, and then maybe actually like aggroing up A, and like forcing Yoru out in case he's here and pushing towards his space. Because right now we're just getting like screwed. They're getting better space control because we're not contesting these lanes. And then we're just like forced again, like almost every single round, chat. Almost every single round, there is like 10 seconds left when Fnatic gets on site. And so they're just like forced to do some crazy play. And it seems like a lot of this is just like, they just burn time. Like they were at B, and then they went A, and they're just still like staying in the start of spawn the entire round. And then when they actually hit a site, there's literally 20 seconds left. This is like something I would see in my ranked games, where there's 20 seconds left and I just have to run to a site with my team. It's like, oh shoot, 20 seconds, we gotta go B.
Off something.
And it makes it really advantageous for anyone who's like in a prime position for this. Because once there's 20 seconds left, you can easily make the read, right chat? You can easily make the read that they're coming to your site, and it's a full commit. And then it just makes like rotates like these way faster.
There's a seize, just keeping him locked.
And it also means like way more room for mistakes. So like Gene knows they have to plan here, so he can just pop ult and run up. Like it's a nasty two with that. But just like it makes decisions very easy for the defenders. Very easy, I would say. But yeah. So let's switch sides here. So this is like the new Fnatic wall, or the new Viper wall we got. Blocks off B, creates a little cubby in B, which is interesting, but mainly just blocks off A main entrance.
Not their successes. And this half,
I don't think we do anything with this. I would assume not. Maybe, because I don't think you can walk into that cubby for free. So I just assume it's just to block off this and this. Wall A. And look at PRX, dude. They're just like, F you, we're sending at C. Do not care. Enjoy our util. Enjoy the spam. Luckily, Fnatic had this nasty crossfire and no one cleared this close left guy. He did flash here, but we did have a read. This guy was close left. But I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. But still, like, the information was there. Very nasty crossfire. Chronicle gets away with low HP and gets amazing trades. 3v2.
with that W game in trying to burst their way through the choke. 2 players though, still with tons of health here, Divine something. It is absolutely winnable.
Oh my goodness.
What a absolutely winnable.
So he gets hit by nade directly, like this late. If this was a Titan, it'd be down in a millisecond, dude. That thing hit his nape perfectly. But he gets shot through the wall. The nade doesn't even. It's not even the nade. He just got shot through the wall. And then this is like almost impossible. Like bombs planted here. We're playing here. We have TP for sight, and spotted by dog. I would say, wait, how much time was left on this? Oh, we can't see in spectator, can we? We can't see how much time was left in his TP. When did he throw this? Oh, he literally just threw it. He just threw it right there when I... 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was like 20 seconds about before he popped it. I would say keep the TP up a little. Try to go for one, especially because we should have comms that Chronicle's low, and then throw a TP on site. Because once you're in this position, literally unwinnable. Or, yeah, literally unwinnable. It's so hard to get on site. You get scanned by this, which is a little unfortunate. But it's so much harder to actually play in this position now. Only one pathing. Crashy knows it. Crashy's plays it perfectly. Kayak gets off. Gets one. But yeah, you just can't. Well played. Very well played.
The safety net the Fnatic needed.
What's up, Sierra? What's up, Kermit straight on the dome? Yo. Small, appreciate you. Thanks for following. What's up, Afro?
This double hold
I am your goat specifically. Welcome in.
the way of the out doing what
So yeah, pistol. PRX is looking a little messy. Fnatic's looking pretty good.
Althea did to them. And round 2, it did go the way of the Outlaw Force.
There it is, Alpha.
And they also do the Outlaw Force, so I wonder if we're going to start seeing this in the meta more. When you lose pistol, one person buys the Outlaw. Fnatic doing the same thing. Remember we talked about the controller usually buys a pistol. You guys are learning some like very high level strats here. It's insane. You could do this in your ranked games. F it, dude. Don't listen to the kid on your team. The Reyna on your team is like, no, don't buy up here, guys. We got to save. Actually, no, the Reyna's probably the one who's buying on your team, to be honest. You're probably telling them not to buy. Yeah, those Reyna's got not a single brain cell working for them. Complete self-sabotage in their brain.
Faith in the leader. And that'll allow Kayak to go for more of an aggressive peak without having to...
Yeah, Crashy's played that very well.
Bolstering the paper Rex arsenal. Fnatic need this to be able to get back in the game. And Eco round
Kayak probably could have stuck with how he's playing. A nice pick. So these rounds, they either go really well or they go really bad. So they just got completely dominated. You lose pistol, you're expected to lose anyways. And here we see Boaster doing the same exact Odin spam.
Now,
seems like we love this Odin spam.
where they have the economy advantage and are expected to win.
The wall just went up.
Gets spot close. PRX just goes in. Something just TP's sight, but he just gets hit with so much util. That's a really, really rough start.
And not a deep teleport either.
Satchel's in your face though. Alpha! It's Clay Pigeon shooting.
So I would say PRX are now starting to look like Fnatic on their attack. Like Gene is complete sending on sight. I know we're limited smokes, we want like early intel, but we're just like so separated and there's nothing to follow up with this. It's just like, oh, screw it. Almost double Satchel on sight and try to get someone.
Satchel's in your face though. Alpha!
Also, we had the read. I think that Fnatic or that Alpha was here, or that Alpha had the Outlaw. Because of the previous round. Yeah. So because I mean he should kind of have the read. I'm low HP. Don't just like go on site and one shot the Outlaw. That's a very easy fight to an Outlaw player.
Plucks Jing out of the sky.
But now they almost have nothing. And this is just insane. Like, what is Alpha doing here, man? I think he's trying to get the gun for his teammate or something, but like we don't even need this. Like,
Plucks Jing out of the skies.
Where's he going?
he like tries going into the smoke and it's just like, bro, what like it was Gene's over aggression that bad that you just thought there was no players on this site anymore? Like, what's going on here? What's going on?
Bullet to the dome now. Alpha's been dropped.
And now they get this site just because of that.
Gun's not down. He's right in front
Just because of that. I mean, Chronicle had Molly here, but he just wasn't in a good position to Molly.
on a bit of a misstep. Pac-Man. Bullet to the dome now. Alpha's been dropped. Players starting to form up.
The Odin.
And a bit of spam. My God.
Don't think the Odin's going to be here in time to try to deny the plant.
Going to this corner. Forsaken feeling like he needs to take this.
Oh my goodness.
Kayak dropped through the wall. Bullet that just locks
Nice
down.
dog pushes them back.
3v3, what an opening given to
Poster going for a little spammy spam. Little spammy spam. Decides I want the outlaw and then decides, oh wait, that's not an outlaw, that's not a vandal.
Flash forwards to buy with the peak. All trying to cut this one up here with the paranoia. But not the clear indeed.
Nice smoke by Forsaken.
Straight there with the Odin. Trying to trade this one out, but the bullets are running dry. And Patman and Dubai not to be outdone.
Saves the Odin. I mean, not much more you can do here. I would just say Fnatic, both teams are making mistakes, but Fnatic's making the way bigger mistakes. Like, some of these deaths are so avoidable. He looks for the gun, but that's biblical greed when you have 2 rifles and an Odin on your team. Yeah, little crazy. Like, little crazy, especially because that's the judge guy. No, we didn't just kill the judge guy. Why are we looking for the judge? So, yeah. Like there might have been a play there, but just it's insane. One thing I can compliment though is Forsaken smokes are really, really strong. Forsaken smokes are crazy here. So this close smoke after they pushed him back. So remember the sequence, the Fade Dog pushed him back to here. This smoke allows him to recontest the space more favorably. They also have this flasher. So it allows like the entire team to play more upfront positions. It makes pushing the space very scary because now they can be like close left and just creates a lot more threats. And so it is very, very nice. You can see that's exactly what we do. We play up here, we pop the flash, we can fight water here. This allows him to like potentially cross and threaten this, but it also allows Forsaken to cross. And they can almost double fight that. It also allows him to play like close in the smoke. Also, we just saw this guy here. Like, I don't know why we're looking here. We just saw this guy here. Like, hello? Hello? Right here? I mean, maybe he didn't see him. Maybe he didn't see him. Boaster gets the trade through the smoke there. It's just like very, very crazy. Very nice smoke by Forsaken though. Those smokes, chat. Let me drop some game for you. Any smoke you can like walk into as a controller and have for free is very, very good. Like any smoke right in front of you is very, very good. I will just hop into Valorant real quick and I'll show you guys. Like he could throw this one. This one is super strong, but like some other ones you can think of is like if he was just playing on site and they're already coming through here. Like let's say they're right here, he could drop one like here and play inside of it. He can play like these corners and like listen to the timing of this player. It just allows you like a lot more options. So like any smoke that's close to you that gives you more options is generally very good. Generally very good. When you're defending a space. When you're taking a space, do not throw those smokes. When you're taking a space, you want to take the space. You don't want to throw a smoke. Instead of throwing smokes here and here, you throw that smoke, that's very bad. Because then the defenders can use your smoke as you take the site. So there's your quick crash course on controller.
He knows the angles. Forced to respect it. Boaster, there it is. He knows.
Crazy spam, dude.
Up. Paranoia horns up and over the top. Something forced to respect it. Boaster, there it is. He knows the angles.
So nasty, dude. The mind games with the Odin is so nasty.
First kill that goes away for Fnatic, and they need that energy.
Smoked off the turret. Chronicles waiting for it.
Putting pressure out across all fronts.
They
Fnatic.
give a B and they pop this wall. This wall is actually really nice because it makes it really hard to spam that KJ turret.
Forsaken's forwards though, with rifle in hand.
Turret. Chronicles waiting for it.
Putting pressure out across all fronts. Fnatic. Looking to contain, looking to maintain. Forsaken's forwards though, with rifle in hand. Boaster is out in the open.
Nice pick by Forsaken. That's the A players.
Cracked open, wide for the taking.
I mean, PRX is like a more aggressive team, but you can see how it just like dominates these players because they just have stuff always being thrown at them. Like Forsaken TPs across there, which breaks the angles these players are able to hold. They can't just hold this anymore, and they have TP here.
Looking to contain, looking to maintain. Forsaken's forwards though, with rifle in hand. Boaster is out in the open. The timing does not favor him. A site cracked open, wide for the in the open.
What's this? Whose smoke is this? Okay.
A site cracked top. All left.
I guess it's a completely different game. It's disgusting.
It seems like they've
Who caused timeout? Fnatic? No more timeouts from Fnatic. Embarrassing. 9-7 though. Like this game's really close. But like me personally, I would say Fnatic's just getting like crushed here. Like I hate to say it. Again, love Fnatic, but like PRX are just making way stronger plays.
It makes no stops. Paybreaks are looking to send it flying.
And the strong plays they make, they don't make the same mistakes we make after. Completely cooked. Like Boaster's A here alone. The heavy fight C. Again, any smoke you can walk inside of is good. But look, they just dump all the util at him. Playing inside that smoke's impossible. And somehow, some way, PRX are playing double hold flank here until they get the trade on this rifle. Like if he died there, if Fies died here, it would have been really bad. But literally the second this fight happens, something TPs and he helps him on flank. Like, oh my god. Like these guys do so good of a job of fighting together. It's actually insane.
Fnatic out until they are done, and the trophy is in your hands.
Yeah, the heavy clear of the smoke is crazy. They literally used 3 pieces of utility to clear that smoke.
Alpha's gone, Kayak. Watching too many angles on once!
Oh my god. Okay, so here's another... Oh my goodness. Completely cooked, chat. This is another what we call like an ult round. Both teams invested.
Until they are done, and the trophy is in.
We have Yoru ult, Omen ult, Fade ult, Raze ult, Viper ult on the other side.
But they've got a rally here and now, and that is not the best beginning for it. Alpha's gone, Kayak.
Something doing the classic.
Watching too many angles on once!
That Odin pullout time is not enough for you.
Something punished for the angles. Alpha's got a rally here and now.
Alpha also gets caught out with the op. So it seems like these C players, like the Sentinels usually play C, and they play with like a rifle, or not a rifle, a sniper. So Outlaw or op is very good here for this player, like jump peeking or just peeking it in general. But he barely catches them on that smoke. We don't see that perspective, but again, like completely outplayed, dominated. Like we did not see this on Fnatic side at all. Just like this clean of a kill, getting away with it scot-free. We did just not see this. This is 2 first bloods on a very, very important round.
Over towards Pearl, and here he comes up with the goods. Kayak tries to respond.
Kayak gets one. He has satchel to get out here. He really overstays his welcome here. Throwing a boom bot into 3 players looking at you. I don't know if we're trying to bait for a fade here or what, and then we continue peeking. Actually, know, like they know we know we're lit. And look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just can't believe it, dude. I just cannot believe it. The fade literally eyed here, chat. Like, I want to make this very clear. The fade literally eyed here. We knew there was a B player. We even threw a smoke for the B player. So the fact we did all this without even like looking back at the potential B player. Like when we got stuck here, we tried to satchel out. Like if he just pushed up here early, we were dead. We knew there was a B player. It's just like, even just here, he's dropping all this util, he's exposed to this B peak. And we knew this fade was here. So it's literally like we have object permanence sometimes as a team, and we just like lose track of players. It's insane. It's insane. So this is what I like to tell my students sometimes is you didn't get timinged. It was a matter of time. At some point, this fade was going to realize that you weren't clearing his angle and just walk up. Especially when you're just like spamming through a wall like that. Like that's the freest kill in the world for this fade. Freest kill. So that's 4v2. Nice aggression from Crashies though. Very early timing. Nice pop flash to counter. Getting chased down by all this util again. Did he only have 1 shot?
It's whimsical in nature.
He only had 1 shot. He didn't reload his shorty. Okay. Okay, that was a free kill. You guys 5 HP. By the way, look, the Fade C sucks so bad. Look at this. This Fade C is literally on him. How does this not sticky him?
Will be happy to capitalize. The 5 HP.
Nice though.
Left to pick it all up.
Chronicle jump sight. Nice flick on that guy. Ult here might be worth it.
Absolutely divine.
NT though. Very NT. Fnatic almost came back on that. But like you can see, like the mistakes are just like night and day. I mean, not reloading your short is crazy something. But besides that, like it's like we know stuff and then we like forget we know stuff. That's how it feels right now. As a Fnatic fan, I literally don't know what's happening. This was an 11-7 game. They ended up coming back and turned into a 12-12 and then it went to OT. So I want to watch the OT rounds now. Because these rounds are going to be practically even. These are 50-50 rounds. No ults available. Still potential for the ults to come, of course. But No more Odin in play.
Testing each other to the very limits.
I don't even think you can really buy it on OT, to be honest.
Alpha yet on point for almost a third.
Fnatic doing their thing against Sentinel on C, Intel on B, and we regress towards A. So already off the start, like we have very strong Intel. We're gonna find out if it's a B hit. We already have A control, and we don't even have C control as Fnatic.
And with
Also, look at the scary smoke that... Wait, that's our smoke?
On point for almost a third.
Is that in case they're opping?
the way that he's been playing, almost
That's interesting. I think that might be to counter an op. That's an interesting smoke, you know?
Does the damage to dig through the wall.
Mm,
And now full
We execute C, get hit with the Vise Wall.
speed in. Boaster going to be rejoining Kayak, trying to take control.
Nice job from Boaster to like TP on top of this one and immediately try to help his teammate. Almost could have cooked him, by the way. If anyone was playing side here, he would have gotten cooked on top of this wall.
Baited out, TP's in. Boaster going to be
Because
rejoining.
there's no smoke for CT here whatsoever. Because we invested it early for that op peak.
To the corner. But you're
Oh, and like I say to my students, it's not you got timing, it was a matter of time. We were exposed to CT that entire time. We're the controller player. We should know there's no smoke CT.
joining Kayak, trying to take control. Smart to the corner.
We're out here finagling our spike and gun. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. That's a huge pick.
Still has that control.
That's a huge pick. Let's keep watching.
Smart
Let's keep on. I just can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
the open and Forsaken.
Try to lurk up B, doesn't get him.
To kills and attempt to even it out. Kayak still has that control.
Look at this uptown, the instantly play. It is disgusting, man. Like you just don't win that. You just don't win that fight.
And it wants in control. Paper X all the way in. Paper X and it wants in control.
Oh my god, dude. Like I know this game is close, but it does not feel close whatsoever. It does not feel close.
It means so. The Prince is
Okay, so we switch sides. Now PRX is on attack.
ever promised.
Fnatic on defense. Oh, fade lineup time.
So close.
Come on. Let me see where that goes. It's like that just clears all the C.
touching distance.
Early doggy and PRX way more aggressive team.
Paper X take.
And I think this is something Fnatic should think about with their fade. Is like using it more aggressive just to early get space and like show no respect. Especially with the eye that regenerates. I mean, I think they were doing the eye to be honest. But like instantly, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds into the round, they already have B main control. And there's already a B threat.
Knocking on the door of Alpha Yez's sight. As both
And opening that door, oh my goodness, wait, chat. I've never thought of this before. Opening door here doesn't let an opera play this position. It doesn't let anyone play this close position. This would be a really nice counter to that something play. Holy crap. Because if something's playing here, or just an opera's playing here, you open the door, they can't hold that angle and worry about this at the same time. So they're forced to like play back here. You don't have to peek, you just have to open door. And that's actually makes it so free for these players to scale up. Wow.
take
I've never even thought about that before.
on the door of Alpha Yez's sight.
I mean, I think that's why they're doing it.
Gets a little bit of pressure
But
back.
look how like Boaster reacts. They just completely give up C just because they open door.
Defensive line in the sand drawn from Fnatic.
Nice dog.
Over any of this map control.
Gets us a bit more intel.
Paper X winning a bit of that mental game. More confidence coming out from them. But it's all about the execution and the delivery. We saw in OT before it went deep. No team was able to close out early.
Someone smoked for A. We have an alarm bot here that we can activate out of. The dog just double check the hit. I think maybe you could.
Pressure mounting. Paper
I think that's trying to get their rotates over though.
X dealt with the paranoia sweeps forwards. Alpha.
Nice pick.
Him and Chronicle.
Gets 2 there.
It dropped the Paper X.
Huge picks.
Two. Something and Forsaken left to pick up the pieces.
And this is very tough to win. You know, going B, again, like in the situation, you could think about aggressing. But look, Fnatic plays against that very well. So like I mentioned, don't play in sight when you're down on man. And like try to look for an aggressive pick. But look how Fnatic's playing. All the way back here, all the way back here, just holding for that aggression.
A magical
That's a very nice way to counter that.
everything that Something and Forsaken could have dreamed of. And these 4 players from Fnatic looking simply to play spoiler.
And look at this, they're playing so slow and methodical. Something has to poke. You have to poke and get something there.
He can claim.
He's where they could be Dora too. Do we have flasher? No flash. So we have to dry swing door. Poster comes through door, runs up with flash out and smoke. Oh my. This is like, chat, this is another thing. I mean, what reads do we have here? Okay, we just heard this guy drop down here. So he knows this guy could be close here. I think he's going, oh my god, he was going to blind that guy and he pulled out smoke. It's just like, we have the intel. Again, like, it's not like we're getting caught off guard by something we didn't know was there. It's like, we heard the player there and we still push it and not consider the time. So cooked. So cooked, man.
And something is wrecking them from on high.
Nice talk here and then a reswing. Just like, oh my god, look at how PRX plays together, man. That is the nastiest 4v2. Like, just the way they play that final crossfire to win, baby. Listen, they deserve this. They 100% deserve this. They played phenomenally well. Phenomenally well. NT from Fnatic. Best of luck next time. I hope to see some comebacks, but yeah. They played like monsters, bro. I can't lie.
It took everything, pushed to overtime.
Those are tears of sadness.
It never is.
He said it was too easy. I wish it was more difficult. That's what he was crying about.
Of Copenhagen and Champs LA. Forsaken, what a job he's done with this squad. And
the whole team together.
I mean,
and here they're doing like a circle. They're like, please give us a challenge next time.
for a celebration.
Make this game more difficult.
Tears of joy. PRX have finally done it.
PRX are goods.
They've
Feel strong, man. Clap.
today.
Beautiful moment.
G2's Valen talking about trying to do that earlier in the tournament, but no team
That's beautiful, dude.
had a better opportunity.
You can tell how hard they worked for it, dude. That's a big release of emotions right there. Man, feel strong, man, indeed.
Of course, a hell of a challenge that Fnatic put up.
A tournament win.
W hugs. Good sportsmanship.
2 finishes in top 3, a top 4 place.
Anyways, chat, hope you enjoyed the little VOD review. It was a little fun to do. Hope you learned a little something about pro play and just strategy in general. What they were doing good, what they weren't.
For me, I think they
Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Or check out SlayerKey.com. Some of the best coaching you'll ever get in your life, baby.
Flip that script.
Here's where I advertise everything before I head out. If you haven't already. If you're interested in choking, if you're interested in coaching, check out SlayerKey.com. There is quite literally nothing better. And if you want resources or you want to join my membership, new stuff for the membership coming soon. But I got a guide to Immortal. There's a free starter pack if you're just interested. If you want to learn any agent in the game, that is all available there. So any player can find some value in it. I would, if you're interested, I would just consider checking it out, see if it's interesting to you as the crowd goes wild. Because, ladies and gentlemen, PRX did it. Boys, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you enjoy the surprise stream.
64 days since PRX's first
We'll catch you another time. Until then, enjoy the YouTube videos.
My God, how sweet it must taste.
Peace.
Fan favorites from beginning to end. Everybody everywhere rooting for them to finally have this success. And we thought it would never happen.